Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump, oil industry layoffs, and finding out. I'd get ready for a lot of discussion about oil prices, layoffs, and so on this week. Let's start with the good news. Gas prices are probably coming down. Bad news? Pretty much everything else related to the industry unless Trump drastically alters course. Between OPEC upping production, Trump's tariffs raising production costs, and Trump's erratic economic policies spiking recession fears and causing market uncertainty, oil prices have dropped like a rock. Dropping oil prices will mean, at least in the short term, a gas price reduction. It also means lower investment in oil production. So no drill baby drill or refine baby refine. A decrease in domestic production, and you already have industry leaders talking about layoffs. If there is a decrease in domestic production, there will be decreases in related industries as well. So, oil prices have fallen, which means oil producers make less. Meanwhile, the cost for steel, which is needed for drilling, has gone up because of Trump's tariffs. It costs more to sell for less. Goldman Sachs is predicting oil prices in the $50 per barrel range. That's kind of a moderate estimate. If the U.S. enters recession, that number drops to below $40 per barrel. Okay, but since those in the industry are talking about it publicly, let's just get the information straight from them. Andy Lippo, president of Lippo Oil Associates, said, quote, President Trump's tariff policies are really negatively impacting his goal of drill baby drill. From the producer standpoint, they're now seeing substantially lower crude oil and natural gas prices, which is impacting their revenue. And on the other hand, their cost of drilling materials are going up. He went on to give the good news in a very Texas way. I do expect that gasoline prices will start dropping, which is good news for the consumer. But that just means it costs less to go to the store to pay more for your food and other goods. Oil industry executive J. Nelson Wood said, quote, It's very hard for people to have the confidence to invest when markets are in a state of flux and panic. And that's where we are now. There's a lot of uncertainty, and that uncertainty prevents development of a lot of projects. Markets hate uncertainty. All markets. Cal Hendrick, who is the current mayor of Odessa and an oil and gas attorney, is already worried about jobs. He said, quote, It affects my neighbors that are going to have to cut jobs, cut the truck drivers and the welders. And these are our people. It's impossible to support a policy, no matter how well-intentioned, that negatively affects people. Kirk Edwards, who runs an independent oil and gas company and is a former chair of the Permian Basin Petroleum Association, said, quote, Nobody in their right mind is going to put out a drilling rig not knowing what the oil price will be. The longer that goes on, the weaker the industry is going to be from a service standpoint. Then you have a lot of layoffs, and the banks are going to be calling, and it's not going to be pretty out here if that happens. In true Trumpian style, since U.S. oil producers won't be able to bear the cost of Trump's tariffs and produce oil cheaply enough to deal with OPEC, they simply won't produce as much, which means we'll import more oil, which will probably increase our trade deficit. Hey, what was this giant mess started over again? Oh yeah, trade deficits and bringing jobs to the U.S. Nationalist trade policies tend not to mix well with global markets. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.